Hello everyone. Today we are going to make a sock and rice heating pad type of craft. This is one of those microwavable socks that you'll be able to put like around your neck or your shoulder or somewhere else where you might need to apply some heat. And it will also be infused with some lavender essential oils for a nice calming effect. So what you will need is you will need, of course, some enriched long grain rice. You will also need a knee sock, an adult size knee sock. And fun prints are always nice to use. You will also need a bowl to put your rice in because you're going to be mixing it with a little bit of lavender essential oil. And then a spoon or something to mix up the rice and oil. I'm just using a plastic palette knife for paint because that's what I have on hand. You will also need scissors, and you will need some thread and a needle and some pins that you can sew it up at the top. So let's get started. Okay, now time for the speed up of what to do. So the first step is to pour the rice into a bowl and add a few drops of the essential oil. You don't need to add too much because this will be going in the microwave and you don't want it to catch fire or anything. But you do want it to smell nice and lavendery. So after you mix up the lavender into the rice, you can start adding it to the sock. If you have a funnel, you can use that, or you can do what I'm doing right now and just add some handfuls of rice into the sock. And then you can also stretch the sock and pour some of the rice into it directly from the bowl. With knee socks, you will need quite a bit of rice, so depending on the size bowl that you have, you may need to do a couple more rounds of mixing the rice and the essential oil and then adding it to the sock. And you do want to fill the rice as close to the top as you can, leaving a little bit of a gap at the top so that you can sew it together. When you're ready to sew together, fold down the edges of the sock and pin it together. Then grab your thread and scissors and your needle and thread the needle. I like to double up the thread, so I grab a long piece of thread and I take both ends of the thread and knot them together so that it kind of doubles up the thread, and then start sewing. I kind of go in I insert the needle from the back to the front and pull the thread over and then repeat that all the way through. That's sort of how I also close up pillows and other various objects that I make. You can also use a running stitch if you would like. The main thing is to make the stitches small and close together. You don't want any huge gaps because you don't want the rice to fall out. If you have a sewing machine and you want to use that, you can. However, for making just like one at a time or something, I kind of feel like, there's nothing wrong with hand sewing it. Might take a little bit longer, but that's okay. Because with the sewing machine, you have to like set that up too, so. Once I have sewn the sock all the way through, I like to flip it around and go back the other way. If you flip the sock around, then you will have to, this time, go through the front to the back to keep the thread going the same way. But this helps to reinforce it better for me. You can also, if you want to skip this step, you could just go the first round and tie it off. But again, I like to go back the way I came, because it just, adds more durability to that end, because you're adding even more stitches. And when you're at the end, knot both ends together, and then before you cut off the ends, you can hide them a little bit inside the sock, and you can hide the beginning inside the sock too, so that the ends of the thread are more hidden, and then trim off the excess. And there you have your own sock and rice heating pad. And I shook it just to make sure that it was all good and no rice was coming out. So there you go. So now you have a nice little sock heating pad. And now it is time to try microwaving the sock. I read online about using a mug of water to help keep the air inside moist, and if you are not an adult yourself, you should definitely have adult supervision when microwaving the sock, as you do need to watch out for things like burning or smoking or anything like that. So from a quick Google search, I read that you should be able to microwave this for up to 1 to 2 minutes. As always, when you microwave, make sure you check to make sure that it is not smoking or overheating or scorching or anything like that. You do want to use a cotton sock that you can that would be safe to be heated up. And again, you don't want to use too much oil in this, because you don't want the possibility of it to burn or to, catch fire or anything. So definitely be careful when you do heat these up. But they're very, very nice. You can put them on your neck like this. You can lay it on your shoulder like that if you need to. I know I currently have chronic mild pain in my neck and my shoulder and a little bit in my chest and my upper back, mostly on my right side. So there are times when with my normal heating pad, I'm trying to put a little bit of heat on all these areas, but it can be hard. So this is a nice alternative for when I need to relax. And it can be used for other areas as well, like if you need to, you know, put some pressure on your knee, you can put some pressure, put some heat. If you need to put some heat on your knee, you can put some heat on your knee or on your foot or something. But it is nice craft. Again, it would make a great gift idea. If you want to try selling it, you can also try selling it. You can make them in all different kinds of designs. You can make bigger ones, or you can make smaller ones too. If you didn't want to use the knee sock, you could make a smaller one out of like a regular crew sock. Or different sizes. Like if you need a really small one for your hand, you can make one out of a smaller sock. So they can be made in different sizes, and you can also try using different types of essential oil. You don't have to use just lavender. You could try, using a different kind that you like. Depends on what you're going for. Lavender tends to be a relaxing scent, so that's why it's good for that. Like in case you need to fall asleep to it or something, that can help you. And if the scent ever fades away, you can always just like spray some linen spray on it. That'll work too. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this craft, and let me know if you make it or if you've made something like this before in the comments. And like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. So I will see you later. Bye!